Our commitment to delivering the line on behalf of the nation remains resolute. Prince Mohammed bin Salman once said. Once completed, it'll be the most important megastructure in the entire world ever built. A futuristic, mirrored residential and business block that rises over an expanse of desert, pristine emerald waters, rocky inlets and white beaches of the rugged Tabuk province. For more interesting subjects, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Designed to accommodate up to 9 million people, the Neom project is the centerpiece of the foremost ambitious urban planning project in history. This will be precisely the population of London City, which spreads over a region of 1,600 kilometers squared, all placed in one 170-kilometer building. We are building 120 Burj Khalifas worth of real estate in the first phase. Giles Pendleton, Executive Director of Development at The Line in Neom, who joined the team in February, tells The National. The Line project in Neom will be one of the world's wonders, like the pyramids, the Wall of China, and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Generations will wonder how such a fantastic structure was built, if and only if it was achieved. The big question, is it achievable? First of all, what is the project The Line actually? The Line is a proposed megacity and transportation project in Saudi Arabia. The project was announced in 2020 by Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as part of the country's Vision 2030 plan to diversify the economy and reduce its reliance on oil. It intends to be a fully integrated city that stretches over 170 kilometers. It's designed to be a futuristic, high-tech city with a focus on sustainability and the use of cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence and automation. The project is still in the early stages of development and it's not yet clear when it will be completed or how much it will cost. However, it is intended to be a major part of Saudi Arabia's economic and social transformation in the coming years. If the Line project is a success, it could bring a number of benefits to the people who live and work there, as well as to the wider region. Some potential benefits of the project include improved quality of life. The Line is intended to be a city that's designed with the needs of its residents in mind. It's planned to have a mix of residential, commercial and recreational areas, as well as pedestrian-only streets and green spaces, which could make it an attractive place to live and work, with a good balance between work and leisure. Economic growth. The Line is intended to be a hub for innovation and economic growth with a focus on attracting businesses and industries that are looking to be at the forefront of technological innovation. This could create new job opportunities and stimulate economic growth in the region. Sustainability. As a highly sustainable city, the Line could serve as a model for other cities around the world in terms of how to reduce environmental impact and use resources efficiently. This could have a positive impact on the global environment and help to address climate change. Improved transportation. The Line's transportation system, which is planned to be completely driverless and emission-free, could make it easy and convenient for residents and visitors to get around. This could improve mobility and accessibility within the city and make it more attractive to potential residents and visitors. Overall, if the Line project is successful, it could bring a range of benefits to the people who live and work there, as well as to the wider region. Now, with 8 years left until 2030, completing the vision is the forefront priority of the kingdom, so apprehensions regarding a possible slowdown are baseless. Ahama Siddiqa, a research fellow at the Institute of Strategic Studies Islamabad, or ISSI, said in an interview with the New Arab. Even the COVID-19 pandemic did not drastically slow the city's construction. In the aftermath of the pandemic, economic rehabilitation is at the forefront of all the country's political agendas. This is why Saudi Arabia will have no issues in filling any labour gaps with regards to construction and investments in the project itself, Siddiqa explained. However, like any other mega project, Neom isn't without its challenges, a number of which Riyadh has addressed much more difficulties, which remain an obstacle. So, in reality, it's important to realise that it can also be completely different. This project could fail completely, and all the majestic image can end up being a desert mirage and another abounded mega project in the middle of the desert, Like any large-scale development project, the line could potentially face a number of challenges and setbacks that could impact its success. Some potential reasons why the project could fail. Funding and financing is one of the key challenges that could potentially impact the success of the line project. The project is expected to cost somewhere beyond $1 trillion, and that's today. God knows how much it will cost by the time it's done in 2030 with today's inflation rates. It'll require significant amounts of funding to complete, as it involves building a brand new city from scratch and implementing advanced infrastructure and technology. The project's financed by the Public Investment Fund, or PIF, the Kingdom's sovereign wealth private investment fund. However, except for discussions with some foreign companies, including Russian ones, to build some of the infrastructure, Riyadh has not had success in other financial partnerships for Neom. The only major foreign investment announced to date is the green hydrogen plant, and even the PIF-owned Lucid Group has decided to instead locate its electric vehicles factory in King Abdullah Economic City, which has developed infrastructure and is located close to major population centres. Justin Alexander, the director of Khalij Economics, told the New Arab. The financial viability of PIF depends hugely on the kingdom's oil exports, a market that's proven volatile in recent years. In 2020, Riyadh faced a major fiscal deficit of which exceeds $79 billion. There are several potential sources of funding for the project, including private investment, government funding, and loans from financial institutions. However, securing sufficient funding may be difficult, particularly given the current economic climate and the potential risks and challenges associated with this project. Securing sufficient funding for the project will be critical, as a lack of available capital could result in delays or even the cancellation of the project. In order to attract private investment and financing from financial institutions, the developers of the project will need to demonstrate that it is a viable and attractive investment opportunity. This could involve providing detailed plans and financial projections, as well as addressing any potential risks or challenges that may be associated with this project. In addition, maintaining such a huge structure will require a serious amount of funding. It needs to be financially self-sustaining in the long term. This will involve generating enough revenue from the city's residents and businesses to cover the ongoing costs of maintaining and operating the city. If the project's not economically viable, or if it fails to generate sufficient revenue, it could face financial challenges that could impact its success, especially as it will be stretching over a length of 170 kilometers and will be 500 meters high in the middle of the desert, which can reach temperatures of 40 degrees centigrade in the summer. Not to mention the huge amount of sand which will keep blasting the city, and the amount of equipment that might be needed to shovel that sand away from the city glass walls to avoid it from becoming a sand dune. Because the Neom project is changing the definition of cities, it requires overcoming the challenges of technology that Saudi cannot overcome alone. In fact, the line isn't a wholly original architectural idea. In 1956, American architects Miles Graves and Peter Enziman came up with a very similar idea to create such a linear city between Boston and Washington. And architect Rem Koolhaas's floating pool plan within the Book of Delirious New York from the 1970s has similar elements. However, turning these cities into reality would be major for Saudi Arabia if done in the right way. Technological challenges are another potential risk that could impact the success of the Line project. The project's being developed as a fully integrated and technologically advanced city, which means it'll rely heavily on the latest technology and infrastructure. No one knows if these technologies are already available or yet to be developed, and if they will be by the time the city's done, as these technologies have not yet been seen anywhere in the world on that scale. Implementing new technologies can be complex and time-consuming, and there's a risk that the project could encounter technical challenges or issues with integrating new systems. For example, there may be challenges with developing and implementing new energy systems or transportation systems that are required to power and connect the city. In addition to the technical challenges of implementing new technologies, there's also the risk that the project may encounter issues with maintaining and updating these systems over time. As technology is constantly evolving, it'll be important for the project to have a plan in place to keep up with new developments and ensure that the city remains technologically advanced. It's important to mention that King Abdullah Economic City, a metropolis and port with an investment of $10 billion, houses fewer than 10,000 people after 10 years. despite a projected population of 2 million. There's also the now abandoned waterfront project in Dubai, the Blue City in Oman, and possibly the most infamous, Dubai's The World, which is now sinking back into the sea. Does Neom offer anything that would shield it from the same fate? It's a time-consuming process, and there is a risk that the project could encounter issues with integration. On the other hand, the line is an ambitious project and has a lot of advantages being a new city built up from scratch in a completely open area. The designers will have the freedom to overcome all the challenges which other major cities are facing, from water leakages and wastage to car emissions and pollutions which will go down to zero in the line. If the line is successful, it could change the definition of big cities and change the way humans live their life in every aspect. If this happens, it could be the solution which can be copied everywhere in the world to save the planet. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe for more interesting topics.